evil empire, laughing all the way to the
Once upon a time, not long ago, you was a hoe. I'm not admitting it. Can't take it back. I was with you, bitch.
What's wrong with women that with kids?
What's wrong with little Jimmy with freckles and the glasses?
He's not my type.
Not my type.
So you want a woman that has no kids?
Yeah.
Correct? Why?
Why not?
Got him.
You keep saying women this, women that, and what men can do, but if y'all were being men correctly, do you think I would have a girlfriend?
Clearly, I don't think you understand the difference between men and women here. Who picks who men or women?
Women. Yeah.
Okay. Now, who picks who gets a relationship, men or women?
Men. I agree, men, yeah.
Okay. So, wouldn't it be ridiculous for you to ask us if we have a girlfriend when we're the ones that pick the girls?
I see your point, but I'm trying to figure out. No, I don't.
That's like me saying, why aren't you having sex with dudes right now?
Okay.
Why aren't you guys right now?
Because I don't want to.
Maturity is when you don't force people to choose you. Know your worth.
The voices, the fucking voices.
What country is this?
Shit. China or something?
China?
Yeah.
This is in fact China, yeah, correct.
Oh.
Ooh.
I have two.
Okay, give them.
Italy.
Italy?
Yeah.
What was the other one you were going to say?
Japan.
This is actually Japan, but
yeah.
You were close.
I said Japan.
Oh, what, for this one?
Yeah.
This is Japan, yeah. This is Japan.
Okay.
Good. 2 out of 2. You're doing well. What flag do you think this is?
I don't fucking know. Europe.
Europe? Why do you think it's Europe?
I don't know. I just think it's Europe.
What, the country Europe?
Europe's a country.
Yeah, it is a country, yeah.
I think it's Europe.
High heels on my tippies.
So, nobody else wants to go grab iced coffee and then get tattooed? Because sounds like a pretty solid day.
I want you to rate your wife 1 to 10 then.
Okay, as soon as you rate your husband 1 to 10.
No, rate your wife.
As soon as you rate your husband.
You went around and you want all these women to rate themselves, so rate your wife.
On pure physical attractiveness at her age, my wife is about a 6. Now rate your husband. Do it. Your turn.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't. That's right.
No, I told you I don't use the number.
Distinction between honesty and a liar,
no, are you
ladies
saying
and gentlemen.
Rate him physically?
Yes,
on
physically only.
Not on my
Only
attractiveness?
physically. Yes.
That's what the rating scale is.
I just did. Do it. You can't do it.
I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
that's right. Totally dishonest.
No.
Demands it from me, refuses to say it
you're
herself.
the one setting the standard.
My wife's literally watching it, guarantee she's not upset at all, but you can't answer the question honestly.
I think it's a disrespectful question.
Why?
Because I think
because it's true?
That's her own values. If she doesn't want to answer, she doesn't
Right, but demands that the other person does.
No, I'm not going to rate
it.
It's
pathetic.
It's not pathetic.
That is pathetic.
I think.
Oh, this is classic. These feminists and modern women can sure dish it out, but the second someone flips the script, they can't handle it. He asked her a simple question: rate your husband. Why is that such a taboo subject? It's not like he asked her about his salary or, how big he is in certain areas. But here's the real kicker: if she's that offended by rating her husband's looks, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Maybe she's not as into him as she wants everyone to believe. Could be she married someone she's not truly attracted to, more like someone who offered her a nice little retirement plan wrapped in the shiny bow of marriage. Sounds like she might have settled for a beta provider instead of landing that elusive alpha. Because let's be real, if she had snagged an alpha, she'd be more than happy to brag about him, right? But nah, she's dodging that question like it's a bullet. Makes you think.
I do have one child, he's 2, but he has a great father. I'm not looking for a stepdad, but I also have a low fertility, so I would only be able to produce like maybe 1. So it's not like I'm not gonna have a bunch of kids.
Okay.
But that's okay.
Okay. All right.
Y'all men need to stop going after these single moms thinking it's all fun and games. Because we are not the only ones that you're hurting when you walk into our lives. And recently, someone left my life, which is okay. But when he walked out on my child also. So all the things that he promised and everything else is gone also. All those broken promises and everything else she's having to deal with also. And last night she came and got in bed with me and she cried and asked if it was because of her. Was she too whiny? And then proceeded to ask me why we weren't enough for a man to stay. My 7-year-old was destroyed by a man who wanted to play with my heart. Think about that next time you want to play with a single mom.
Ah, the leftover women, also known as single mums, you know. Maybe, just maybe, they should have thought about their kids before deciding to become single mums. But here's the real question: why should it be some new man's responsibility to raise her kid? Shouldn't that responsibility fall squarely on the shoulders of the guy who's actually the father? Oh wait, I almost forgot. She probably divorced him for those sweet entitlements that come with it: child support, alimony, you name it. So basically, she chose to break her kid's heart for a nice little payday. But let's not talk about the promise of being the kid's father, right? That part always gets conveniently left out. It's wild how these single mums turn into terrorists, using their innocent kids as human shields and pawns to milk the system. They'll guilt-trip any man who's hitting it, just like we saw in this video, using their kids' emotions like bargaining chips. Meanwhile, they're busy cutting down the actual father's visitation rights to maximize those child support checks. And don't even get me started on the extreme cases. Some of them are so twisted, they'd even delete their own kids just to get back at the father. Yeah, it's that messed up, but here's the bottom line: if she's a single mum, the last thing she should be doing is dating. She's got kids to raise and a job to work. But hey, priorities, right?
I have a question for the girls. If you wouldn't walk up to a stranger and hand them a $100 bill, why are you expecting a man to spend at least $100 on a first date with you? Genuine question.
It's a good question.
I'm supposed to go on a date in a couple hours, and my date unmatched me on Bumble. Either that or he deleted his profile, but either way, what the fuck? This was a week in the making. He was really eager and excited, and one of the last things he said to me was, "I'm excited to see you on Saturday." I'm like, yeah, great, me too. He was planning it. He was trying to get a reservation at this restaurant. He was like, is 9:30 too late? That's the only option we have, but we can go to a nearby bar at 8:30. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, that works, let's do that, it's not too late. And then just a few hours before we're about to meet, I go on Bumble and it's gone. His profile is gone. What the fuck do I do? Like, what do I do? Do I go and get stood up? I've never been stood up before, so that might be a cool experience. Has anything like this happened to anyone before? Please let me know. Like, what the fuck? What does it mean? The other thing I'm thinking is, like, I can try and call the restaurant and see if there is in fact a reservation for 9:30 in his name. I mean, I can just show up and get a drink and wait a little bit, and then in case he does show up, because what if there was some mistake and there is some explanation to this and he does show up and then I don't, and then I look like a dick. So I don't know.
So this first date is at a fancy restaurant, huh? I'm betting good money he was the one expected to foot the whole bill. Classic. That's a whole lot of entitlement right off the bat for someone she's never even met. No wonder the guy decided to bounce who wouldn't. These swanky restaurants where you've got to make reservations? Yeah, those are reserved for long-term girlfriends and wives, not some random first date. It's like bringing out the big guns before you even know if she's worth the ammo. I'm willing to bet this guy had a backup date in his pocket, someone cheaper, less entitled, and probably more fun. And guess what? If she pulled through, she'd win his time, no fancy dinners required. I mean, what's next? Starting off with an expensive dinner date sets the entitlement bar so high. What's she going to expect when they're fully dating? A first-class vacation every weekend? Nah, dude did the smart thing. He saw the red flags, waved goodbye, and now guess who's in the driver's seat? He is. And now, she's the one who can't stop thinking about him because he rejected her. I can just imagine her staring at her Bumble app, praying they match again, so she can try to validate her worth to him. Sweetheart, you shot too high, and now you're left holding the check, literally and figuratively.
Let's do the math.
Now, you said the first one was...
Because men got confused.
Nails.
Yep.
Nails, that's $250.
Yep, $250 to $275.
I'm going to take the low end, $250. And the hair is what, $4?
Hair, we taking the low end?
Yeah, take the low end.
let's say 700 for the wig.
Okay.
500 for the wig. It depends.
Let's do 5.
500 for the wig.
Okay.
$300 for the install.
What? That's different?
Yes. That does not come with the wig.
Okay.
These hairstylists want their money for the install. What else is a part of self-care day? Oh, beauty supplies. That's a store run by itself that costs about at least $300 for beauty supplies. When you go to the beauty supply store, every woman spends in between $200 to $300 at the beauty store. Everything's high.
Taking the low end, going to 200. Okay. Whew, it's getting up there. What else?
Restock.
Restock what?
Restock. Women go and do restocks on their self-care days. Restock whatever you need. Deodorant, perfumes.
So that's what, like $50?
No. Deodorants, perfumes, feminine care, all that stuff. That's gonna run you about $200.
Everywhere you turn, the high lifestyle HL crisis is spiraling out of control, and the modern single mum is a major player in this phenomenon. They often talk a big game, trying to paint a picture of themselves as being just like men, grinding it out in a small apartment, surviving on cups of noodles. But take one look under the proverbial hood, and the reality is starkly different. Nearly all of them are spending everyone else's money on random self-care items, running up massive credit card debt, and living far beyond their means. Instead of buckling down and improving their situation through hard work or advancing in the workforce, they're stuck in a cycle of consumerism that only worsens their financial state. This is the harsh truth behind the modern single mum's lifestyle, a facade that's propped up by debt, external support, and a lack of genuine contribution to society's economic engine.
Yeah, I'm not fucking going anywhere. I called the restaurant. She was like, is it Allen spelled A-L-L-E-N? I'm like, nah, I think it's supposed to be A-L-A-N. She's like, what's the last name? I'm like, I don't know. I don't think there is a last name. Can we just try with the first name? 9:30 for 2 people. She's like, well, I do see a 9:30, 2 people for Allen, A-L-A-N, how it's supposed to be. K, last name, first initial. There was a reservation that was canceled. I was like, all right, thank you so much. We're done here. I'm not going anywhere. I could expose the guy. I could show his pictures right now, but nah. But that's kind of a shitty thing to do to anybody. It doesn't feel great. I must tell you that. It doesn't feel fantastic. Because even though I know that's not the case, I'm like still like, well, fuck, what did I do? Is it something I did? Did he discover my TikToks? Like, what is it that drove him away? Why did he change his mind? What's wrong with me, But I guess we'll never know. My friend and I are just gonna go get drinks and listen to our favorite cover band at our favorite Irish pub. And before that, I'm just gonna have a good cry. Maybe not, I don't know. You know what I just thought? The restaurant was Jelena in Venice. Maybe he looked up, maybe he's never been there. He looked up the place, he looked up the prices, he was like, oh fuck, it's really expensive. I can't do it. And he canceled. Or he felt insecure about himself, he chickened out and he canceled. Or he found my TikTok and he didn't like something and he canceled. If so, I hope he fucking sees this one, you motherfucker. Stupid ass bitch. This is a fucked up thing to do. It's a fucked up thing to do. Fuck you.
You know what's really messed up? Demanding a first date at some fancy restaurant where the guy's expected to foot the whole bill? Like, seriously, that's just setting him up to sweat bullets before they even sit down. He doesn't know what she's going to order or how expensive her tastes are. Imagine the anxiety. And here she is, talking all this underscore, but would she ever pay to eat at a place like that? Nope. No wonder he ghosted her. And the way the video ends just screams volumes about her character. If she doesn't get her way, she's going to come after your manhood, trying to shame you for not tossing your hard-earned cash at her. This right here is modern women in a nutshell. They're all about being strong and independent, but still want everything handed to them like they're some traditional wife or girlfriend. It's hilarious when you think about it. Did you guys catch the little detail? When it's her and her friend, they're hitting up an Irish pub, something affordable. and I guarantee they're going Dutch. So, basically, feminists love to spend other people's money, but when it comes to their own wallets, they're tighter than an accountant's grip on tax season. It's like, I'm all about equality, but only when it's convenient for me. And let's not even start on this entitled Brad. I hope she stays single, honestly. Oh, and about her TikTok account, yeah, that's a huge red flag. She's the type who's going to broadcast every little thing about your relationship, feeling entitled to more just because she's got a following. I'm pretty sure she's a walking headache, and you can't tell her a damn thing because, oh, she's TikTok famous.
When my boyfriend grabs my phone, I don't jump because there's other dudes in it. I jump because I've been running my mouth about how dumb he is and don't want him to see it because now we're good.
Are you though? Because that's still cheating. This is like when a dude steals $1,000 from you and then goes, but at least I didn't hit you. You're trying to justify your crappy toxic behaviors by saying, but at least it's not this other worse crappy toxic behavior. It's called the fallacy of relative privation, also known as the appeal to worse problems fallacy or the not as bad fallacy. At the end of the day, you know your man would not be okay with you crap talking him. You're still betraying your partner. Sure, you're not cheating, but you're still willfully engaging in behaviors that actively cause him harm. Maybe there's no guys in your phone, but you're still a cheater. You're just a cheater who's not getting any. I'll leave you on this cautionary tale via this comment left on that video. Which made him think I was cheating anyway, so I showed him and he still didn't believe me, so now I'm single. And that's where this behavior will get you. Single and coping. Nice.
Oh man, if she's out there talking smack behind your back or dropping videos where she's dragging your name through the mud, you better believe she's already eyeing the exit door, or worse, she's got one foot out and the other in someone else's bed. It's like she's putting out a bat signal to all the other guys she's got on her radar, basically saying, hey, I'm about to be single, or I'm down to cheat, who's next, the disrespect is real, and it's only a matter of time before she makes her move. And let's talk about her look. She's got that beauty filter cranked up to 11, her face so smooth it could be a wax figure, and she's strutting around in a crop top that's practically screaming for attention. But let's be honest, she's not trying to look good for the guy she's with. She's dressing up for her next potential upgrade. She's advertising herself like a product on a shelf, waiting for the highest bidder. And the guy she's with right now? Oh, his days are numbered. The poor dude probably has no idea what's coming. But here's the kicker, she's acting like dragging her boyfriend is some kind of flex. Like, girl, if he's as dumb as you say, what does that make you? You're the one who chose him, slept with him, probably bragged about him at one point. So if he's a bum, then guess what? You're the one who hitched your wagon to a loser. And if she thinks airing out their dirty laundry on TikTok is a smart move, she's in for a rude awakening. Because while she's busy chasing likes and follows, she's just showing the world how toxic she really is. Honestly, if she finally dumps him, he should throw a party. The peace and quiet he's going to get. Priceless. No more nagging, no more being told he's not good enough, just sweet, sweet freedom. And she can keep parading around in her crop tops and filters, but deep down we all know what's really going on. She's not the cat she thinks she is. She's just another bitter, self-absorbed chick who's going to wake up one day and realize she threw away a good guy for a few TikTok likes and some fleeting attention.
Men do have the choice of opting out of child support. After the baby's born, you get to ask your partner, hey, can you legally allow me to opt out of child support? Answer's going to be yes or no. Also, going back to even before you knock them up, just like asking them if they would abort the baby, you get to ask them, would you put me on child support if you have a baby? Also, going to the people who say, what if they changed their mind, said no before they were pregnant, but once they got pregnant, they changed their mind to say yes to abortion. You also get to ask that, would you still maybe pay child support? It's either going to be yes or no. And if it still changes, that's life.
You're absolutely right. That's the reality of the gynocentric system we're living in, summed up in a nutshell. The courts are quick to slap fathers with child support orders, but the enforcement, it's a mixed bag. Some fathers get thrown in jail, have their licenses revoked, and face serious consequences if they fall behind on payments. Others, like your dad, might slip through the cracks with little to no repercussions. It's a brutal system, and it can feel like a roll of the dice. Your mum may have decided not to push your father, and that's a decision some women make for various reasons. Maybe she didn't want the drama, or perhaps she felt it wasn't worth the battle. But the fact remains that when fathers don't pay, it's the kids who suffer the most, and the system, despite all its talk about fairness, often fails to protect those it's supposed to. And for those fathers who do face the full weight of the system, it can be devastating, losing their freedom, their ability to work, and ultimately their dignity. It's a lose-lose situation all around, and yet it's a reality that many have to live with. The system is flawed, no doubt about it, and while some may navigate it without facing harsh consequences, others are caught in a relentless cycle that strips them of their rights and leaves them with little hope. It's a harsh reminder that in this gynocentric world, fairness is often just a word, not a reality.
I'm divorced. Of course I gave up on my marriage out of nowhere, and he was totally shocked when I finally said I wanted a divorce. I'm divorced. Of course I'm a gold digger and I'm living my life carefree. I'm divorced. Of course I'm damaged goods and a red flag. Run, boys. I'm divorced. Of course I didn't try counseling before filing for divorce. I'm divorced. Of course I'm the villain because I chose to end it, even though they would have stayed in a miserable marriage for 10, 20, 30 years. I'm divorced. Of course it's because I don't understand the true meaning of commitment these days anymore. Chivalry is dead. I'm divorced. Of course I'm gonna brag about it on the internet like it's a flex. I'm divorced. Obviously I stopped drinking, stopped binge eating, and started working out every day and had a total glow up. I'm divorced and I post about it on the internet, so I should just be okay with all the bullying that I receive for being divorced.
That's exactly why fewer men are walking down the aisle these days. The last official numbers say only 6 out of 1,000 men are getting married. But let's be real, the numbers are probably even lower now. The reality is more men are waking up to the risks of marriage, especially when modern women are out here celebrating their divorces on social media like it's some kind of achievement. These women post videos bragging about their newfound freedom. But the real reason behind the divorce? It's likely so they can dive back into another hoe phase. By the time many of these women get married, they've already racked up a high body count, which makes it nearly impossible for them to pair bond. That's why they're for the streets. They've lost the ability to truly connect with one man because they've been with so many. Marriage becomes like a prison to them. They crave the thrill of the single life, hopping from one guy to another without any real commitment. That's why the saying goes, no hymen, no diamond men are realizing that marriage, in today's society, often comes with more risks than rewards. Why commit to someone who's likely to bail at the first sign of boredom, only to leave you with half your assets and a lifetime of regret? So, it's no wonder men are opting out. They see what's happening, they see the celebrations of divorce, and they're choosing a different path, one that doesn't involve the potential pitfalls of tying the knot with someone who's more invested in their next fling than in building a future together. As always, wishing you tremendous success. Now, it's your turn. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.